all here. I should hit start recording.
Yeah.
And then take a drink. And then that is not what I was expecting. I made
It took me a while. Indicate. I just thought that it was kind of silly, and then I'm like, well, that's. Wait a minute.
it is. It is surface level very silly, but then it is brilliant.
Yes. It took me a little while.
You.
I was just staring at him like there's something I'm not. Oh.
You know what? Right here, live on stream, I'm going to send a message to Clues. Well, to Bill and Clues. That says... target permanent. Now, at some point, Clues will see that and react. When I went to the grocery store in my T-shirt ninja mask yesterday, because my regular masks didn't come in until today, I sent the picture of the T-shirt ninja to Bill and Clues. I was like, right, time to go buy groceries. And Bill goes, you better take a picture in front of the Meow Mix. So I did, and I sent it to Clues. Okay, Clues hasn't seen it yet, but Bill responded with, you? Oh, I love it. All right. We've now been recording for about 2 minutes, so surely it started by now. So, let's do it. Ikoria, here we go. Ow, jam! Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mana Pool. This is episode 588 of the Mana Pool, and I am Chewy.
Hello. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I am. In name as well as in description. I'm the lead dork, and with me as always are these other dorks. Hi, dorks.
Hi, I'm Brian. As you may have heard, I am the lead rambler and tangent master of the group. And that's what I got.
All right.
And now here's Mike.
Yes, I'm Mike. I'm the rules guy and the game lore guy, and that's what I got.
Look, he's back.
And I'm Dirk, the self-proclaimed greenest man alive and moral compass of the group. And, hey. That's all I got.
Hey, buddy.
We're pretty taciturn today, aren't we?
Or taciturn.
We're firing on all
Cylinder.
6, 8 cylinders, whatever block we're rocking.
I prefer, I was trying to think of another three-dimensional shape, and just nothing came to mind. Pyramid?
Sure.
Cuboidal pyramid? Is that what they're called? What's the four... The pyramid with the base that's four sides?
Oh, I don't remember
Ziggurat?
the official name.
You mean like a 4-sided or a 5-sided pyramid?
What?
No,
Well,
the one
yeah,
with
that
the
would be a
four-sided
five-sided
base.
pyramid, yeah.
Or you got the base and the 4 sides?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's all about that base. Sorry.
Oh, apparently it's a it's a right rectangular pyramid. Is that
Okay.
right?
Wow, that's a boring name.
Right?
It really needs a PR, boost.
Okay, wait, no. Square base. Did I mean square? I typed square vase. Oh, it's just called a square pyramid. That's even worse.
It needs a rebranding.
It really does. All right, chat, you get on that. We will talk about Ikoria. So... Oh, I heard that. That was Magnus Veer with the 31-month resub. Thanks, buddy.
Nice.
By the way, everyone, if you have Amazon Prime, that means you have Twitch Prime, which means you get a free subscription to give away to a streamer of your choice every single month. But you have to manually re-up it. So I'm just saying, I'll take it if you're not using it. I like it. Yay!
Yay.
Because you're already giving Amazon and Bezos your money, so you might as well, help out a streamer while you're at it. And it does help. Brian just typed BRB something crashed downstairs.
Gosh.
That is almost certainly not a good sign.
Yeah. Hopefully it's something simple, like a dog pushed something off of a chair.
Hopefully. Oh well. So yes, we did the beginning, because it was the very first day, right, of Ikoria previews 2 weeks ago. So we talked about the Godzilla stuff and all of that. I think we recorded on the very first day of previews, right?
Either that or right after it.
Seems like it was on a Thursday. And then, because Watsy's dumb and decided to preview 2 things at once instead of, back to back or something.
Yeah, since we got all the time in the world.
Yeah, right. Instead, they previewed Commander 2020 slap in the middle of Ikoria previews, leading to much confusion, which is why last week we did only Commander 2020 on this show. And so this week we're going back to only Ikoria.
Well, granted, the Commander product is closely tied to Ikoria. So I get a little bit of that.
And they were supposed to come out...
all the confusion.
Yeah. And they're supposed to come out originally supposed to come out on the same day. But it was a big stupid.
Yeah.
I still am not sure why they rushed preview season down to I think it's like 8 days or something. Instead of the usual, 2 or 3 weeks plus a week for Commander. They just decided, no, now, blah, 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 and just barfed it all out at us. It's very strange.
Well, I don't know. Maybe people, us included, were getting burnt out on never-ending preview season, so they tightened it up.
Which would be fine if they weren't doing 2 things at once.
Right.
I would have been all for it if it was just Ikoria in a week. Boom, here it is. Yes! And we're mixing this other set into it at the same time. Son of a... In other words, all I'm saying is that Watsy's having a hard time doing things right these days. That's what I'm saying. So, we've got a whole mess of stuff here. I think we should start with the lands, though. The ones in particular. You know the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah, the ones.
The one. Whoops, hang on, this is the wrong picture. Turn that one on. Yeah, there we go. Look, it's pretty. So yeah, we've got new lands, a new cycle. Oh, there it is. There's Chifuji hosting, and Brian wasn't here to see it. Brian was asking about him earlier. Who is this guy? Do you know this guy? Should I be afraid for my family? He didn't ask any of that. He did ask do you know this guy? Anyway. Yeah, we've got the new cycle of lands, the Triomes, which is a really cute little play on words.
Yes.
So the Triomes are tri-lands. They're wedge lands. They enter the battlefield tapped. They cycle for 3 mana. And they have the 3 land types. So, for instance, the Indatha Triome is a plain swamp forest that adds a white, a black, or a green. Because it's a plain swamp forest. That's what they do. It enters the battlefield tapped, cycles for 3. Boom. Nice and simple. And they have this for each of the wedges.
The wedges.
Okay, I had to run downstairs because I heard a crash,
Yeah, you did.
and I came back up, and I see this, and I told Chewy that before we got started, I actually hadn't seen the preview since last week.
Wait. What was the crash? Is everything okay?
The cats tried to get into Oreos.
Okay,
So
you know what? I can feel him on that. I would love to get
Yeah.
into some Oreos right now.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
but they shouldn't be, I mean, there's actually very little real chocolate in Oreos. Um, that's a separate story for another time.
Spoiler alert.
I had to take a cat to the. I had to call the vet because I found one of those like 2 Oreo mini packs downstairs, and it obviously been open. And I called the vet, and they're like, "Yeah, there's really like no chocolate in them." And this was months ago, and the animals are fine. But this is like an actual package of Oreos. So I had to run downstairs to take care of that. I come back up, and I'm looking at a land that has 3 basic land types.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
good.
you had not seen these, I take it.
I had no. The words power creep come to mind. Like this. I mean, I realized fetches. I mean, you know. So this thing, the Triome, I can get this plain swamp forest. There's what like
It's a Triome.
3 or Triome. There's what
Because
3
it's
or
like biome, but it makes 3. See, it's cute.
Mhm.
okay. There's like how many fetches will get this? Like a lot.
Yeah.
Like, have they lost their mind? I don't usually say this. I don't
No,
usually
it's
say
fine.
this. I I don't usually say this about Wizards because I understand they have a testing and usually things work out just fine. I see powerful cards, but holy crap! Like, is this playable in every format forever? Like, okay, my turn. Sacred Foundry, go. End of your turn, sack it, get the Triome. Doesn't even matter that it comes in tapped because
Except
I'm going to just untap
Sacred
anyway.
Foundry is not a fetch land, but I see
Yeah,
what you
Arid
mean.
Mesa.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, if I am sacking it, it's for crop rotation
Ha! Nailed
because
it!
I made a green with my Elvish Sylvan. Anyway, you know what I'm going for.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that it actually says forest, island, mountain, and all that. So on any card that says "go find a plains," you could go and
Yeah.
fetch one of these lands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just-
they're fine. They're not overly good. The fact that they always enter the battlefield tapped is a serious balancing factor.
It's very serious, yeah.
I get that, but they also have cycling, so that when it's
Mm.
like your 8th land or 9th land or whatever, you're like, okay, turn this into a real card. So I'm just, I don't know. For right now, I'm still processing. You picked a heck of a one to get started with. How many of these are there? One for each wedge?
There's 5, yeah, one for each wedge.
Yeah.
Indratha is Abzan. Ketria is Teamer. Rogrin, that's a fun name, is blue. That's Jeskai.
Mm-hmm.
Savai is Mardu. Where the hell did the other one go? And Zagoth is Sultai. Zagoth? Zagoth. It's one of those.
Yes.
There is no Zagoth, only Zool.
I like the way that none of those things I just said are even remotely not gibberish to anyone who's not a Magic player.
Well, they are also not like Arid Mesa or Sacred Foundry, where it's something you can use in other settings.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, like these enters the battlefield tapped, gain 1 life, dual lands here that are common.
Right.
Mhm.
yeah,
Which these are all reprints, right?
Yeah,
All of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've seen these before.
Yep.
And they have
Hey,
such great
Evolving Wilds.
they have
I love
such
me-
great generic names, so you can put them in basically any set you want.
Yeah, anywhere
Right.
you need them.
Yeah.
But you're not going to put in Rogarin Triome
Not so
Yeah.
much, no.
unless it's like Time Spiral 3.
Time Spiral with a Vengeance?
Well, I'm counting modern.
Time Spiral 3, it's time.
Electric Boogaloo. So yeah, those are big. I don't think that they're anything to worry about because, so one, there's no fetches in Pioneer.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness. And notably, Evolving Wilds can't go get them because Evolving Wilds says a basic land card.
Yeah.
Correct. Not a card with a basic land type.
Yeah.
There are things that say, go get a plains card, go get a forest card, go get a
Yes.
swamp
Yes.
card, but there's not a zillion of them, and they're not, they cost mana to do.
Yes.
Exactly. Also hiccups. So those two, so there's the cycle of rares and the mega cycle of the commons. There's 10 of those, right? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yep.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that means the only other cards are Evolving Wilds and this Bonder's Enclave, which is a land that's rare. It says tap to add a colorless mana, pay 3 and tap to draw a card. Activate this ability only if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. So that's neat.
Yeah. 3 and tap is a pretty good rate to have on land, so that restriction is fair.
Yeah, seems fine.
Mhm.
Okay, well, we knocked the lands out. That was easy.
Sweet.
I really think it's cool that we've got a swamp forest island and a mountain plains swamp and an island mountain plains and a forest island mountain and a plain swamp forest.
Once my brain stops going I'll probably be fine with it. But for right now, I'm still a little bit in mode. Everybody says it's fine. I'll probably get fine like tomorrow.
Like, I don't think they're any sort of danger to anybody to anything. They're just good.
Yeah.
I'm sure I will agree with you in the long term.
Plus, cycling for 3 is a lot.
Cycling for 3 is not insignificant.
Yeah.
It's
you
like,
have
oh
to
my god,
really
they have
want the
cycling
card.
for 3 mana. Oh.
Yeah,
But
you have to really want the card.
Yeah.
I'm still feeling like this is pretty darn good though. So.
Oh yeah. You're
So
not wrong. They're just not a problem. Probably.
So what do we want to talk about next?
Probably
Keep in
the
mind, I haven't
ultimatums,
really
right?
looked at almost any of these. So
So yeah, definitely the ultimatums then.
okay.
Mhm.
Wait, what ultimate? That's a
Yeah.
cycle. Wait,
Yeah.
Yes.
they didn't.
Wedge
Yeah.
ultimatum.
Wedge ultimatums? See, this is what I get for not watching previews for like a week. I think it's because the world is insane right now and I'm way off my usual schedule. If this was a normal week, I would have been all about these previews.
Fun fact: Dirk forgot today was Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay, they're all yeah, well, of course they're multicolored. Hey man, I'm like this is rocking my world right here.
I guess the next cycle of ultimatums might be monocolored ultimatums. Be interesting.
Yeah, for some reason the blue one is monocolored just because blue is that good, but the rest are multicolored. So who wants the Abzan one?
You know what? Why don't I take it? Because I've never seen it before. What's the name of it?
Eerie.
Eerie.
I'm just
Eerie.
going alphabetically from the top.
Are they actually ultimatum like they? Okay, yeah. I didn't know if
Yes.
it was ultimatum-ish. They're actually named ultimatums. Okay.
Yeah.
Eerie ultimatum for white, black, green. Sorcery. Return any number of permanent cards with different names from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Yup.
Hey, like Arid Mesa.
And Sacred Foundry. Nailed it.
Nice.
Wow. And it's only for you. Now, of course, ultimatums are stupidly restrictive to cast. Short some sort of like, hey, cast something for free. They are a huge commitment. I'm so glad to see these back. Titanic Ultimatum has finished many multiplayer games, and Cruel Ultimatum is just ridiculous. But you get so many like good/bad beats story from it. Of like, I think there's a time Kibler or somebody like top decked one for a win, and it was great. So ultimatums are awesome.
I think it was Gabriel Nassif.
Was it?
Yeah, he started arranging his lands in a certain way on his battlefield, and he was joking, "I'm getting my Cruel
Like-
Ultimatum mana ready."
Yeah, and then he drew it, and it was Cruel Ultimatum. Yep.
Mm.
But so here, any number of permanent cards with different names, so you can't just stack it. You can't do like Chewy. What was that deck? The aristocrats that was it Kamikaze, where you can't just get back like 4 blood artists, but you can get back a couple different things. And hey, in EDH, known colloquially known these days as Commander, you know that this restriction might as well not even be there. It's just gonna be like returning number of permanent cards from your
Well, that
graveyard.
was that was the thing I was going to ask, because they already banned the companion.
Yeah, but that one
Just one of them.
just one of them. And keep in mind that companion is it's hybrid colored, right? So it fits
Yeah.
in a lot of different things. And B, the restriction on it is, I see where you're coming from. The restriction here isn't, almost might as well not be there, but it still is based entirely on what's in your graveyard. The companion, there's no reason to not just run it all the time. So
Gotcha.
Because it doesn't go in your deck. It's not part of your. You don't have to not put something else in your deck to play the companion.
right.
And as Stark pointed out, it basically starts in your opening hand and is always there.
Yeah. So I get where you're coming from, Dirk, and I do think that is a poignant.
Well, I was just curious if there was a ruling on it yet to determine if Eerie Ultimatum would get banned.
No.
No.
Okay.
Because there are
Unlike
lots of
the
cards that are
land.
just like tailor made for Commander just based on how they work. This is just another one.
Okay.
Unlike the lands, this is fine. So I'm gonna let it go. I promise. What's the next ultimatum?
That'd be
Next.
Emergent.
Yeah.
Oh, we're next
Emergent Ultimatum for two black, 3 green, 2 blue.
Sultai? Yeah.
Yes. This is a sorcery. Search your library for up to 3 monocolored cards with different names and exile them. An opponent chooses one of those cards, shuffle that card into your library. You may cast the other cards without paying their mana cost. Exile Emergent Ultimatum.
Hmm.
So you go pick 3 cards. 1,
3 monocolored cards.
3 monocolored
Yeah.
cards.
You can't get like several ultimatums.
Yeah.
How badly do you want to die? But I mean, hey, this is like, is it Impulse?
Sounds in crud. I can see the art in my head. Why am I blanking on the name? Why am I not getting this right?
Rona.
I know what you're talking about. The blue card with Orem, and you get 3 cards, and your opponent makes you discard 1, and the others go to your hand. Yeah.
Right. Except here it's cast them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what if, all right, let's say you do like, one is a raise dead effect. One is a stupid creature. And right away there, which one do they give you? Do they give you the creature and you get it, or do they give you the raise dead effect, in which case you get the creature? And then the third one is something amazing.
Yeah, you can set up the same kind of, fake choices that you can with Gifts Ungiven.
Yep. Give me the one that I want the least. Which one is that? You don't know, and I want all of them. So you're kind of screwed.
There's 2 planeswalkers in the set that are monocolored, and then something that's...
Are there any more planeswalkers, or is it just the 2?
There's only 2 monocolored ones. I think there's 1 or 2 multicolored ones.
Oh, cool.
Just one more.
Just one more.
Just one more? Okay.
Chewie's still away from his desk.
What? I never left.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard you cuss from far away.
No, you heard an accidental sound on my
Thingamajigaboo.
phone. There we go.
Thing-a-majigaboo.
I
That
thought
is
you'd
going
like
to be
that.
what I call everything I don't know from now on. Especially in court. Your Honor, he had a thingamajigaboo.
Thingamajigaboo.
I'm going to get
Wow.
disbarred. What's the next card? What's the next ultimatum?
Okay, wait. I have to jump in here. So, I don't know if many of you guys know him. I know you guys probably don't. You three here with me, but Hobbs Q on Twitter, one of the hosts of the Goblin Lore podcast, just tweeted a few minutes ago, "Why did this only allow me to mutate onto a non-human?" And I'm like, it's literally that's what it says.
That's
And like several people responded, and he goes, "Wow, thanks. I did not know this." And I know, and Hobbs isn't like dumb. He's a very smart guy. That's how bizarre some of this set is.
Yeah.
there's a
It's-
lot to keep track of.
There's
here.
a lot to keep track of, and the fact that mutate specifically says non-human in the reminder text, which those of us that have been playing for a long time have basically learned to not read.
Yeah. That's essentially true.
Yeah. Anyway, so hey, there you go. Mutate is only non-human. Don't forget. And I'm pointing at the camera like you can see me, but you can't. But just trust me on this.
Understood, sir.
There are going to be so many games where, assuming there will actually be judges at some point and people will be playing physically with other people, where that's going to be a problem.
Oh, I'm really glad that this set, which was clearly designed with digital in mind, is actually coming out at a time when digital's the only way to play with it, so that people can get used to all this nonsense. For the people that play on Arena, that is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot going on here. But okay, so the next ultimatum is the Genesis Ultimatum. Who didn't read one yet? Mike didn't read one yet.
All right, the Genesis Ultimatum. Green, green, blue, 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 red, red. Sorcery. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put any number of permanent cards from among them onto the battlefield and the rest into your hand. Exile Genesis Ultimatum.
That seems pretty good.
Yeah.
So, draw 5 cards, essentially. Draw 5 cards, and by the way, if any of them are permanents, you get them on the battlefield now.
Yes.
If you want. You don't even have to put the permanents on the battlefield.
True, because if you're setting up some mutates, you want them to go to your hand, but also, quote unquote, free stuff, free for the low cost of 7 mana. Stuff.
So that's pretty good.
Yes.
I would have to agree.
Yeah.
A master of the understatement as always, Chewy.
It's okay. It's fine. It's okay. All right, next up, Magno Creel threw 100 bits. It says, next up, the Super Nintendo Ultimatum Q. What?
Super Nintendo.
Oh, because Genesis Ultimate. I'm just wondering. I
Yeah.
guess he just hit Q. Oh, and hey, Random KO threw 100 bits too. And I'm sure he'll disappear afterwards because that's what he usually does. But thank you. All right, so next up is the Inspired Ultimatum. The 200 bits has inspired me to read this card. For blue, blue, red, 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 white, white. This is the Jeskai Ultimatum. It's a sorcery, and it says, target player gains 5 life. Inspired Ultimatum deals 5 damage to any target. Then you draw 5 cards. Huh, it's almost the freaking...
It reminds me of Ultimate Infestation from
That's the
Hearthstone.
one. I was like, it costs 10, the Druid card, Hearthstone, and my brain refused to give me the name. Except that one makes a 5/5 as well, right?
Yes, but it also costs literally the most mana you can play in that game.
Do you
So-
gain 5 life with that?
I don't think you heal for 5.
Okay,
No,
so
I think
you
you
get a
just deal
5/5
5.
instead of 5 life on that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's funny. It feels like this could have been a mono black ultimatum.
Wait, that's a good
Blue,
point.
red, white card.
Last Halloween in chat just asked, why do they use the numeral for 5 life and 5 damage, but not for 5 cards? I did not notice that. There's got to be a reason for that, like because your life and dealing damage is inherently a number, but
Yeah, I
drawing
think
cards
so.
isn't, or something.
Because life and toughness are always tracked by numbers.
Yeah.
So they use numbers in text, but otherwise.
But yeah, like the Genesis
use the
Ultimatum
word.
says, look at the top 5, FIVE.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Emergent Ultimatum says the top 3 spelled out monocolored card, or up to 3 monocolored card. Yeah, that's got to be it.
Yeah, I've never really noticed that, but now I'm sure I'll just see it anywhere, everywhere. It's just a standard templating convention.
Yeah, that's got to be it. But yeah, thank you. I've never noticed that. Neat. All right. So yeah, I like this card too. It's like not quite as ridiculous as Cruel Ultimatum, but it's still pretty ridiculous.
I like it a lot.
Of course, it says draw 5 cards. I'm surprised Mike isn't squeeing himself
know.
over there. Not the goblin, but like the anime girl thing.
Well, it'd
It
only be
says-
better if there was a demon.
Well, or if it made him mill himself.
Yeah. As
Draw
if it
5
was
cards.
lose 5 life, draw 5 cards, get 5 demons that have X effect on them.
There's another card that we'll get around to later that has a bunch of the magic words for me on it.
Oh. All right, what's the last one? Or was that the last one? I lost count.
Ruinous.
No, there's
There's one more.
Ruinous. Okay, what's that do?
So Ruinous Ultimatum for 2 red, 3 white, 2 black. It's sorcery, it's rare. Destroy all non-land permanents your opponents control.
What?
Yeah, that's pretty
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind. There's a cool flavor text too. Strike those abominations down. Let their names rot with their remains. General Kudro.
good. Oh yeah, that's Lisa's dad.
I'm starting to think. Yeah, we've seen him, and there's been a little snippet of the story, or we saw some of it in the live cast, and I'm starting to think that the humans aren't the good guys here.
It seems to be kind of a running theme in some cases.
So for 7
Man is
mana,
the real monster. What?
so for 7, well, isn't that the theme of Godzilla?
Pretty much.
So for 7 mana, I'm trying to get this out. You destroy all non-land permanents your opponents control. I mean, it's not that many words. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. It's only 7 words, 1 for each mana. But I mean, it's destroy everything that's not yours.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess maybe you don't really need to say anything else. Blow it all up. Some people just want to watch everybody else's stuff burn, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. We've had stuff like that in single colors that cost, 8, 9, 10, and doesn't get everything. But having this kind of colored component in the mana cost, I think it's fair. You're getting you're getting a lot for the mana you're putting into it, but I don't think it's unfair.
I don't think it's unfair, but it's really good.
Mm.
Oh God.
What?
Magnar Kraos
What?
just said Ruinous Ultimatum, Armageddon. I quit. Good night, y'all. Kill AJ.
Well, I was trying to think: was there a way where you could copy and either copy and change?
Paste. I'm sorry. What?
Well, no, copy target spell, have a new target for it or something like that, where you cast that and your opponent goes, okay, and then they just essentially make a copy or redirect it back at you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
if
I mean,
your opponent
yeah.
gains control of the spell or makes a copy of it for themselves, then it says
Mhm.
all their opponents, so it will blow up the original caster's stuff too.
yeah. If they gain control of it, like that blue spell from Cold Snap that lets you actually take control of a spell, then their stuff will remain safe. If they fork it, or what's the blue fork? Twin spell or twin cast?
Okay, twin cast.
Twin cast, then it'll just blow up everything. Because first it'll blow up everything but their own, and then the original copy will resolve and blow up their stuff too. So, boom.
Shakalaka laka.
Oh my god! All right. Well, there's a planeswalker that we didn't talk about last time too, because she wasn't
Yeah.
revealed yet.
Oh, she's back. I love her. If you remember the first time she was in, she was a planeswalker. She was like my favorite planeswalker. I tried to make her work for so long. I'm so glad she's back. I love me some Narset. She's
And
cool.
in both of her, well, no, in her regular art, she's kicking the hell out of the white mana pip, and then whoops, and then in the comic book art, she's kicking in the other direction. But she's high kicking in both of them. Damn it!
Ooh. Can I take this one? Because, I love me some Narset. I have not read
Not
this.
yet, because Al just resubbed for 32 months, and he says so about the same amount of time I've been quarantined. Damn.
That is a lot of months.
Dang it, man. It does feel like that. All right, so what's Narset do?
So, looks like she's getting back to her Jeskai roots from her mana cost. She costs 1, a blue, a red, and a white. Comes in with 4 loyalty. So for 4 mana, 4 loyalty, got a +1. You gain 2 life. Add a blue, a red, or a white mana. Spend this mana only to cast a non-creature spell. A non-creature spell. Usually it says non-creature spell. I guess they figure it's 1 mana, unless you're playing like Little Girl. And that's a creature spell. Okay, so a little bit of a life bump and some mana. -2, draw a card, then you may discard a card. When you discard a non-land card this way, Narset of the Ancient Way deals damage equal to that card's converted mana cost to target creature or planeswalker. Okay.
That's the kick ability.
It's like a little fling from your hand. Because it says non-land, so, -6. You get an emblem. Ooh, emblem. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this emblem deals 2 damage to any target.
Any target.
Any target.
Any target.
That's terrifying. So, yeah, okay, that middle ability is great. Because you're going to drop it, and you can immediately, draw a card, and then discard a card and nuke something. That's very good.
That's pretty good.
But if you can drop her down and immediately put her up to 5 mana and get some mana and gain some life and start building toward that ultimate, I don't feel like she's completely ridiculous. I think the mana cost is not restrictive, but you're going to have to make sure you make it work. And nothing about her says you win the game on the spot. But that's what I've kind of liked about her cards in the past, like including her original incarnation, was her abilities seem to be more about just gaining incremental advantage and kind of building towards something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just destroy all the stuff and take it over or whatever. It's like these little advantages. So yeah, I mean, I dig this. I like it. I could see building a brawl deck around her. I think she'd be really cool with a lot of non-creatures as a theme. And that's a thing that Jeskai usually does pretty well with. So, curious to see how she plays into the story here.
By high kicking.
Take that, red mana. Because I see where you're going from kicking the white mana, but she's going through the red to get to the white.
Well, it's because the red was in the damn way.
So that's cool. So thank you for letting me take that one. I feel a little bad, again, not having looked at this stuff. in a week. So I'm so glad she's here. I've always loved Narset Planeswalkers. Was she the one that was like causing some problems in Legacy with the
Yeah,
version
with her
from Mortal
static
Spark?
ability.
Yes.
Mike's not bitter about that at all.
No. Mike doesn't play
So-
Legacy. He doesn't even care.
So Ultimatums and Planeswalker.
Oh man, let's do the companions.
I was
That's
gonna
what I was
ask if
saying.
we had seen the rest of the companions because last time we only had
Like 3, I think.
Four?
like
Three
three.
or
And
four,
how many
something like that. Yeah.
are there 10 or are there 5?
No, there's 10. One for
there's
each
10.
2-color
Yeah.
thingy.
So, all right. So the hybrid mana starts at Alert Heal Bonder. So, we did see Garuda, Doom of Depths, right?
Yes.
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 We have not seen. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that next one. The red green.
Shaganta.
Jugantha.
Let's see. We saw Karuga. We saw Lutri. And we saw
Obosh.
Umori.
Umori. Yes.
Yeah, we
So we've seen half of them.
That's only 4. But yeah,
Obosh was in the trailer, but we hadn't seen the card yet.
right. All right. So let's do.
Oh.
Okay, well, real quick. So, Garuda Doom of Depths, the companion thing is your starting deck contains only cards with even converted mana costs.
Right.
Karuga, the Macro Sage, is your starting deck contains only card that's. Oh wait, Garuda's
He's
the
the
blue-black one. The Demon Kraken, because yeah, one wasn't bad enough. Let's throw them both in there. Karuga the Macro Sage was the dinosaur hippo whose companion condition is your starting deck contains only cards with converted mana cost 3 or greater and land cards.
Yeah. So big stuff because he's
Yeah,
the macro sage.
Lutri is the elemental otter that was banned in Commander and Brawl. That says each non-land card in your starting deck has a different name.
I.e.,
Which
you're
we
playing
discussed.
Commander and Brawl.
And then Umori was the ooze, whose the black-green one, whose companion condition is each non-land card in your starting deck shares a card type.
Yes.
Huh.
Okay.
All right. So let's knock out. They all do other things too, but we already talked about it. Go listen to last week's show. I just wanted to reiterate the companion conditions because they're very strange.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So who wants to read Jagantha, the Wellspring?
Well,
I just talked about Narset, so I'll let somebody else go.
All right. Giganta the Wellspring for 4 and a hybrid red-green is the 5/5 elemental elk. The companion condition: no card in your starting deck has more than one of the same mana symbol in its mana cost.
Oh.
Yeah. And you can tap Giganta for a Wooburg. 5 mana, one of each color. And this mana can't be spent to pay generic mana costs.
Oh, wow.
Neat. That's neat. You know what this means? No cryptic command for you.
No
You're gonna have to
ultimatums.
Well, it'll generate 3 of the... Oh, yeah, never mind. Well, okay. For if you're building a companion deck,
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
it can't be in there.
I mean, if you just want to put this
Yeah.
in a deck.
Yeah, as another reminder, you can just put these in a deck and play with
Yeah.
them. But if you
So-
want to have it as your commander sitting there outside
That-
the game waiting for you to
companion.
call it in there. What did I
Companion,
say?
not commander.
Commander.
Yeah, companion. I'm probably going to do that several
You
times.
can have this in addition to a commander.
Yeah.
But
Or
if
you could have this as your commander.
Yes. But if you just want to have this either as your commander or in your deck, just not as a companion, it can just be a 5/5 that taps for Wooburg. So that's half a Progenitus.
It does pay for half of Progenitus.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's really neat. I like the. I kind of like. You know me. I'm definitely a believer in restrictions breed creativity, and trying to make sure that no two decks are alike. And I really kind of love the thought that you can build a commander deck with a companion that's really going to hopefully diversify a lot of stuff. And we won't see the same three things over and over again. I'm sure we will in competitive, but whatever. So
Yeah.
it's
And
kind of
companions work with regular 60 card decks too.
it's true. I mean, you can play this guy as a companion in standard. That's just kind of like trippy to me, but I mean trippy in a good way. Like, hey, you got some commander in your standard. No, it's fine. That's where it goes. Next.
Oh, apparently
Mhm.
there's no reminder text on Arena? Going back to the mutate onto non-humans. I thought if you moused over something in Arena, it would tell you that.
I
Huh.
don't know.
I told him there's his problem, RTFC nerd. There we go.
So we have a question in the chat. Can you cast companions from outside the game to bypass the commander text? I
No.
mean, if they're outside the game, that means they're not your commander. The command zone is a game zone. So if it's
Yeah.
your commander and it's in the command zone, it's in the game.
Besides, if it's... It can't be your commander and your companion at the same time. So,
Right, because if it's your companion, it has to start outside the game.
yeah.
Well, question for Gigantha. If Gigantha is my commander,
Then you're playing 5-color... you're playing a 5-color deck.
may I also have a Gigantha as a companion if I wanted to? Because it's not in my starting deck. So it does not have to be... It does not fall under the restriction of it can't have the same name as something in my deck. Why you would want to do this, I don't know.
I'm gonna assume no, but I don't actually know if they've made a rule for that.
The
I
rules
don't
lawyer in
remember.
me.
I know
make-
there is, but I don't remember what it is. Let's see here. Let's see if I can look it up.
I was saying it would have been
Guys,
new with
cool.
this set, so
Mhm.
The common sense part of me says it probably can't, but under the rules as they're written, I'm kind of wondering if it can. Why you would want to do so, I don't know.
I
I'm
mean,
just
so you
more-
can have an extra copy. There's clearly a good reason to do so. It's just
I mean, I think-
I hope that they've worked that into the rules that you can't do that for both.
Yeah. And they're still legendary, so you still can't have them both out at the same time anyway. So for a second there, I was like, oh, with Umori, you can give them +2/+2, but then one would see the other and go, you! I've been identified, and they'll die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, remember, as Stark just pointed out, the whole companion thing only works once per game.
Correct.
It's not like a commander,
just
like a
feed it back to the
renewable
command
resource.
zone.
It
Yeah,
does not go
it's a
back.
one-shot deal.
It never even enters the command zone.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not a command zone type thing where, okay, my companion died, now I'll cast it again in a minute. No.
No, it's just dead.
All right. Well, how about Kahira the Orphan Guard? Since I think Mike is deep in rules, I guess I'll read it. Kahira the Orphan Guard for 1 and 2 white-green hybrids. It's a legendary cat beast. And if you zoom in on this art, all of these little orphans are adorable, and I think there's one for each
Of
color.
the text species identified.
Yeah, there's
Cat.
there's a
Elemental.
nightmare, a cat, a dinosaur. I forget what the others are, but there was a close up on this on I think Twitter that got put in the Discord server. Yeah. But anyway, Kahira the Orphan Guard for 1 and 2 green-white mana. Green-white hybrid mana, of course. It's a 3/2 cat beast. The companion condition, each creature card... Oh, it's on the text, idiot. Each creature card in your starting deck is a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast card. Nice. Kahira has vigilance because she's guarding orphans, so of course she has vigilance. And each other creature you control that's a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast gets +1/+1 and has vigilance.
Huh. Fascinating.
That's actually really freaking neat. I built a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, beast tribal deck. Get out. What? No, I did. Just go home. You're drunk.
I like how, though, this can be the quote-unquote commander, again, either commander or companion or whatever, for all of these different tribes. So, if you ever wanted to be like, hey, I wanted to, build my white nightmare deck.
Yeah, here we go. Dirk found us the art. So here's a nightmare, and here's a beast, and here's a dinosaur, and here's a cat. What was the other one?
Nightmare.
No, I said that.
Or is elemental and nightmare.
And there's
were
an
the weird
elemental
ones.
right there. Look at the babies. Babies. They're so cute. They're not like Baby Yoda cute, but they're so cute. Thank you, Dirk.
No problem.
Oops, that's Narset. So, Mike, did you find anything?
The release notes just have the comment, you may have one companion in the commander variant. Your deck, including your commander, must meet its companion requirement. Your companion is not one of your 100 cards. So if your companion is not one of your 100 cards, just surface level reading tells me that yes, Gigantha can be your commander and Gigantha can be a companion. Yes, but I haven't seen them. Oh, I looked at mtgcommander.net first to see whether they had anything official, and it doesn't look like they do yet.
Gotcha.
The website's changed a lot, too. So, I don't know, I might have missed it, but I looked in the places that seem to make sense.
Oh, well, if anyone knows, let us know. Because we clearly don't.
It was just a hypothetical question anyway. So, should we move on?
Oh, there's another question. Do companions count as one of the 4 copies of a card in your deck? Yes, because if you're playing normal, tournament Magic, then you can only have 4 copies total between your deck and your sideboard, and your companion is in your sideboard.
Yeah. But if you're just playing casual Magic with no sideboard, then no, they don't count towards the total.
There you go. All right, next up is Luris.
Luris of the Dream Den.
Hey, Mike, you want to read Luris, since I think you didn't read one yet?
Yes. Luris of the Dream Den is the white-black hybrid companion, 1 and 2 white-black hybrids. A legendary cat nightmare. It's a 3/2, and the companion thing is each permanent card in your starting deck has converted mana cost 2 or less. It has lifelink, and during each of your turns you may cast 1 permanent spell with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard.
Not
like
for
that.
free. You
Yes.
still gotta pay for them, but
And just once a turn. Once during your turn. Don't get greedy.
I feel like playing this card and saying "Don't get greedy" is like you're already there. So.
That's really cool. Also, Saint Saigal, thank you for that resub. That is, what was that? 13 months, 7 in a row. Appreciate you. Yeah, Luris is neat. I like that. So, Karuga the Macro Sage says your deck contains only cards with converted mana cost 3 or greater. But Luris says your permanent cards in your starting deck have converted mana cost 2 or less. So you could have more expensive spells and stuff.
Right.
And I know all creatures are spells, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
So you could run some, planeswalkers and stuff, and not get stuck with like just Tybalt or something.
What do you mean get stuck with Tybalt?
Original Tybalt.
Yeah, I know. I was kidding. When I said it, I realized, oh, wait a minute, there's a better one.
Yeah, there's a better one.
I mean, kind of by default, because, it has to be. But,
Yeah,
so yeah, this guy's neat.
I like it. Plus, look, there's a little baby one right behind it. Oh my god. Bleh. Sorry. Okay, next up is so we did Lutri, we got Obosh.
Obosh, the Prey Piercer.
That's a cool
Obosh
name.
looks like something from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I don't remember Avatar: The Last Airbender giving me nightmares, but okay.
Well, it's the face stealer.
The face stealer guy. As soon as you said it, I'm like,
Oh my god, it is, isn't it? Huh.
Except this one is the
Planeswalkers are permanents.
It's a cross between that and the World Eater from Star Trek OST.
Thank you, JD Phoenix. My brain converted permanent to creature in the middle of that sentence. So yes, you have to be stuck with Tybalt. Sorry.
What about the Nissa with X in her cost?
Okay, yeah, that's fine, I guess. Depending on what's the rest of her cost. I don't remember. Is it just
It's
like
X
2
green blue.
Oh, green blue. I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually probably not a bad one. But okay, Obosh.
All right. So Obosh for 3 and black red. It's got black red hybrid for its mana cost, and so for 3 and 2 of the hybrid mana, it's a 3/5 Hellion Horror. It's a tongue twister. Its companion prerequisite. Your starting deck contains only cards with odd converted mana costs and land cards.
Oh, okay.
And it says, if a source you control with an odd converted mana cost would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead.
Neat. So it's always on if you're following the companion condition.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not, it doesn't work unless it's for cards that would have followed the companion condition.
Yeah.
That's neat. Hey, you know what has an odd converted mana cost?
Lightning bolt.
Yeah, sure. Siphon Soul.
Lightning Rift.
Shock.
Lightning Storm.
Inferno.
I find myself hating you all.
Something to do with lightning.
Ooh,
We can do this all
Urza's
day.
Rage. Look, I could do it too.
The thing that's tripping me up a little bit.
God, you
Hurricane
could-
for certain values of X.
You could kick Urza's
Technic-
Rage and deal. Oh,
Oh yeah, you could.
because Urza's Rage's converted mana cost is 3. Oh, okay. Sorry, what was that, Dirk? I was busy pooping.
The whole thing in the companion said with odd converted mana costs and land cards.
Yeah, because 0 is even. So if they just said odd converted mana cost, then you wouldn't be able to put lands in your deck, and you'd be like,
Oh, okay. Because in my head, I'm going, are there any lands that cost something? And so that's the part that in my head, I'm going, I don't understand. Because in my head, this is like odd converted mana cost is like, well, but lands don't have a mana cost to them, so they would just be outside of this to begin with.
yeah, like that's why Garuda up there doesn't have to say anything special about lands. Just because 0 is even, it can just say your starting deck contains only cards with even converted mana costs.
I'm like, well, wait a second, aren't you a math person? 0 isn't even. 0 is 0, isn't it?
0 is even.
No, it's not. 0 is
Yes,
0.
it is. 2 divides evenly into it. It's even. It's 0 modulo 2.
Please stop
even.
hurting my head, you math.
I was
teacher.
about to say.
Nerds.
I was like, oh yeah? Then why don't you divide by it?
That's a long story.
Long division story or other long story?
Oh boy.
So, Brian, what do you
Moving
think
on.
of fractions?
I try not to.
Okay.
Sam is learning fractions in school, so she knows what a
Was.
numerator and denominator are.
Okay.
That's the
Remember
extent to
my-
which I think about them.
I remember my grandma told me once that she never never really understood fractions very well, because when she was a kid, during there was one year where her family moved like in the middle of the school year. In the school in the place where she left, they hadn't covered fractions yet. In the place where they went, they had already covered it. So she never really learned it properly.
Just screwed her up for life.
Yeah.
Just remember, kids, multiplying fractions is easy. Adding fractions is obnoxious.
Yes. God.
All right. So let's see. We did Umora the Collector, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So we've got 2 left.
Dirk, have you done one?
I just did one.
Oh, that's right. Other than that one, you know what? I've just embarrassed myself. Let me keep moving. Yorion, not Minion, but Yorion, Sky Nomad, for 3 and 2 white-blue hybrids. It's a legendary bird serpent. Sure. It's a 4/5 with flying companion. Your starting deck contains at least 20 cards more than the minimum deck size. Battle of Wits.
How's
Battle of Wits.
Mike, this is your card.
When Yorion enters the battlefield,
Yeah, for limited, yeah.
when Yorion enters the battlefield, exile any number of other non-land permanents you own and control. Return those cards to the battlefield. It's at the beginning of the next end step. It's a mass blink for your stuff. Whoa.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that has to do with the companion requirement, but I guess I'm okay with that because it's kind of awesome. So
Yeah, I think this was just one where they designed as like, hey, let's give one of them this companion ability. I'm like, okay, great. And
Yeah,
they
it
just decided to
fits.
give it an ability that was just useful.
Because the white-blue hybrid fits in with blinking,
Yes.
but like Brian said, that all the others have a bit of symmetry to it. This doesn't really at all.
well, like Chewie said, they're just like, here's what we want this thing to do. We want something to have this companion cost. So
But for a deck that really wants an effect like this, it's great to have it just sitting over there whenever you need it.
Yeah, Sam Black is convinced that Yorion is going to be the companion that gets used for Modern.
You get rid of all the counters.
Well-
No, just like for Modern, just in general.
Just shenanigans.
Yeah, because shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you blink everything. Think of all the enters the battlefield effects there are in Modern
Thrag
decks.
Tusk.
Yeah.
Is
And
Thrag Tusk still played or
Yeah, people still play Thrag Tusk.
okay?
It's good stuff.
I'm sure there are better things, but yeah. But like he wrote an article on where was it? Oh, on Star City, where he's convinced that you're going to be seeing 80 card decks so that people can play Orion. Like, you know what? I hope that's true because that sounds hilarious.
If there's one thing we approve of here on the Mana Pool, it's hilarity.
That's my goal in life. It turns out is more hilarity more of the time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Yorion cannot be your companion in Commander. There's just no way to make that work.
Nope.
Yeah.
Or Brawl.
Can you not build a bigger Brawl deck? Is Brawl like
That's a
Commander?
good question.
I don't actually know if it's a 60 card format or if it's a 60 card minimum format. Because Commander is a 100 card format. It's not a 100 card minimum format.
Right.
That is a very
I
good
mean-
question.
I guess I kind of assumed.
Saint Saigal says it's 60 period.
I mean, that
So-
kind of matches with what I would think instinctively, but
Yeah. All right, so there's one left, and it's a puppy. Hi, puppy!
oh, he's a good boy.
He's a good boy. So this is Zerda the Dawnwaker. You know what? I'm just gonna read it. Zerda the Dawnwaker for 1 and 2 red-white hybrid is an elemental fox. All of these are legendary, by the way. I don't know if we've said that for all of them.
Yeah.
Most.
The companion requirement: each permanent card in your starting deck has an activated ability. Oh. Each permanent card. Huh. Okay, now we can have
Well-
planeswalkers.
Every land has tap, make a mana, right? So
Yeah, so no Urborg. Doesn't work.
Boo. All right. What else does Zerda say? Abilities you activate that aren't mana abilities cost 2 less to activate. This effect can't reduce the mana in that cost to less than 1 mana. All right. So what if it costs 2 less as long as you don't drop to 0? And then for 1 and tap, target creature can't block this turn. What? Except it really says tap.
No, except it says 1 and tap.
Yeah. Because it doesn't reduce the cost. To
Oh,
less than
wait,
1.
no, because it can't go less. I just got done saying that. In my brain, it stopped listening. Is in my brain. But none of that matters because it's a pretty it's a Firefox, and I don't use Firefox anymore. But don't tell Zerda, and don't tell Chromium that I use Chrome. Just don't. And nobody talk to Mike because he uses Edge.
Yeah, I do.
So yeah, Zerda's neat. It's a red-white training grounds?
Yeah.
Did not expect that.
I mean, does this make sense with the color identity? I feel like it does.
Mhm.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Training grounds is blue, right? But blue
Yeah.
sometimes gets the do
Yeah.
weird stuff.
Sometimes blue is the color of magic.
Wow. Okay, so those are the companions. They're something.
Yeah,
They
I
definitely are.
find them really neat. So, okay.
Neat is the word, yeah. All right, so what else do we have? Should we look at the, I don't know, the mythics that weren't here?
Sure.
Yeah.
Is there a way to filter by that or
Not in the
Not
card
this
indicator,
list.
there's
We'll
not.
just have to look for them.
okay?
Well, okay, I don't see any mythics in white, is that right?
Luminous Brood Moth. We already talked about that.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
Mothra, right?
Yeah, that was Mothra.
None of
And
the
that's the only one.
Okay.
What about
So in-
blue?
Blue, I've got... Did I miss it again?
I don't see any in blue.
I don't see any. Maybe
Okay,
there's a lot of them in multicolor, and that's why the
Oh, I'm sure
monocolor
there are.
didn't get many
Yeah.
or any.
All right, how about
okay.
black? Black
Ah, how
gets... Nope. How about red? Red
You're
gets...
scrolling. You're
Oh,
scrolling faster
Luca.
than I am.
Okay, we talked about Luca.
We talked
Okay.
about Luca.
And he's probably the only one.
All right, green gets...
Green gets
I guess Vivian.
Vivian.
I was about to say
Anything
Vivian
else?
would potentially be it.
All right, yeah. So all the mythics are in planeswalkers and the one white card and multicolored. And okay.
All
Okay.
right.
So
So,
did we talk about Brokos?
Yeah, I can't remember how many
Yes.
of the big bads we talked about.
I feel like we did, but he probably wouldn't take very long to go through. He's pretty straightforward.
Must have. Well, yeah.
Did we? I don't see him in the.
Because I want to say
Okay.
we talked about him 2 weeks ago with the first round.
I don't see him with a weird Godzilla art. So maybe we didn't.
Well,
I
what
thought
you
they
do?
all had weird Godzilla arts.
Do what?
I said I thought they all had. No, I'm thinking about something else.
No.
Never mind.
So, yeah, I think he was the one oddball that did not end up with Godzilla art.
Oh, okay.
Because I think the other shard
Wedge.
legendary things all had some creature that there were alternate art for.
No. Biocord Space Godzilla is the Godzilla version of Brokos.
Right.
Oh, okay. But I don't think we talked about that one last week. So okay,
No.
real quick, because I don't trust my co-dorks to do this quickly. Brokos, Apex or Forever. For 2, a black, a green, and a blue. A legendary Nightmare Beast Elemental. Yup. A 6/6 with Trample, and you may cast it from the graveyard using its mutate ability. It mutates for 2, green, and a blue-black hybrid. There we go. So it's just a 6/6 with Trample.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you use and that special ability, basically using it to turn something else into a 6/6 with Trample.
Yep.
Or giving something that's even bigger somehow Trample. Which isn't great for 5 mana, but hey, if it's bigger than 6/6 and didn't have Trample already, you're gonna like that it has Trample
It's
now.
got trample
Yeah,
now.
that feels pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
yeah.
if the mutated creature dies, you can always, play another non-creature card and then continue to
Non-human
bring this
card.
back. What's that?
Non-human card.
Non-human card. Did I say non-creature? That wouldn't work at all. Non-creature, non-human.
Lightning Bolt. And yeah, I'm showing BioQuartz Space Godzilla because that's the other version of Brokos. Right.
Space Godzilla is?
The BioQuartz Space Godzilla.
Oh.
All right. I forget. Did we talk about how the hell do you say his name? Cheville?
I don't
Chevelle?
believe that we did.
Shovel.
Shovel. He's Shovel Knight.
Did we? Bounty counter.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so. Somebody read it.
Well, Cheville, Bane of Monsters. For black and green, he's a 1/3 legendary human rogue with Death Touch. At the beginning of your upkeep, if your opponent controls no permanents with bounty counters on them, put a bounty counter on target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. Whenever a permanent an opponent controls with a bounty counter on it dies, you gain 3 life and draw a card.
Okay, hang on. That's a lot of words. If your opponents control no permanents... Oh, okay, so there's only one bounty counter at a time.
Yeah, he can only hunt one thing at a time.
Because you can't take multiple bounties. He's a professional. Duh. Okay. And then when that thing, whatever it is, dies, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Right, okay. And he's a 1/3 with Death Touch for 2, which just by itself is fine. And yes, he is, in fact, so manly, according to chat. All right. Oh, there's Kudrow.
Yeah.
General Kudrow of Dranith costs 1, a white, and a black for a 3/3 legendary human soldier. Other humans you control get +1/+1. Whenever General Kudrow of Dranith or another human enters the battlefield under your control, exile target card from an opponent's graveyard. Pay 2, sacrifice 2 humans, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater.
Oh my god, he's throwing bodies at them until they die.
Yes.
So, will the bodies hit the ground?
It was floor.
Yeah, I know. I just
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. I kind of like this guy.
Yeah.
he's not afraid to sacrifice some humans. He's all like,
Mhm.
Plus, let's not forget that exile target card from an opponent's graveyard when a human enters the battlefield under your control. That can eat through a graveyard in a hurry.
Yes.
Huh. Okay. I like this guy. Yeah. Oh, he has flavor text? No, he doesn't. On either card.
man is the real monster, we said, right? So
Yeah.
Oh, chat just said, I will never read his flavor text in anything other than Zap Brannigan's voice now. Oh, like flavor text that he... Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, when he appears on other cards. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
All right.
I'll send wave after wave of men.
I know we talked about Illuna Apex of Wishes last week, but did we actually say what the card did?
I don't know.
I don't do.
Because I'm reading it and I'm like, that doesn't sound familiar at all. So I think we just... Oh, wait. This is Ghidorah, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Ghidorah.
Okay, yeah, we didn't
King
say that
Ghidorah.
then. Yeah, so there's Ghidorah, King of the Cosmos. And then if we scroll... This is the one that has 3 freaking arts. If we scroll all the way back up here, here's the comic. Where'd it go? Here's the comic book art. And then here's the freaking normal art. Ugh. But because I don't like that, I'm just going to show the King Ghidorah! There he is. Alright, who wants to read it? Okay, I do. Ghidorah, King of the Cosmos for 2, and a green, a blue, and a red. So he's... Hang on, Teamer.
Yep.
A legendary beast elemental dinosaur. So it costs what? 5? But it mutates for 3, 2 blue, and a green-red hybrid. Right. It has flying and trample. And it says, whenever that... I can't read this. Whenever this creature mutates, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land permanent card. Put that card onto the battlefield or into your hand.
Neat.
Oh, but you're exiling cards. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they stay there. They don't get put back on the bottom in a random order.
Yeah, none of that.
Stay in exile.
Okay. So anytime you mutate Illuna or mutate something onto Illuna, you do that. And the fact that okay, non-land permanent, okay. So you're not gonna, oh no, I exiled 8 cards and got a forest. Yay, you're not gonna do that.
Right.
And then it either goes straight onto the battlefield or to your hand if you don't want it to go on the battlefield.
Yeah, maybe you want to mutate it onto something.
Exactly. Okay, that's pretty cool. Plus, King Ghidorah! I just love that art too on Ghidorah. Okay. Excuse me. I said that too much with the voice, and it hurt my throat. Okay, next. Oh, we got Kinnan, and it's blue-green. Hey, Dirk, what's this do?
Kinnan Bonder Prodigy. For a green-blue, that's it, just 2 mana. It's a 2/2 legendary human druid. Whenever you tap a non-land permanent for mana, add 1 mana of any type that permanent produces.
Okay.
For 5 green-blue, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a non-human creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Although it costs 7, but I guess
To put anything onto the to look at the top 5 cards and go, you.
But I mean, Kinnan also ramps your mana anyway, so the fact that it costs 7 is probably fine.
Yeah.
Well, ramps the mana from land sources. So
Which, if you're playing Kinnan, you're probably playing plenty of those.
yes.
Lawnmower Elves.
Mana rocks.
Oh, dear Lord, that companion.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Okay. It's only one more. So he goes from tapping for Wooburg to tapping for Wooburg.
Who's the...
This plays for Wooburg.
Wooburg. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, we get it. Narset.
No,
Okay.
not in the colors.
We got
Did we talk about
Nethroi?
Nethroi? I don't know that we did.
No, we didn't.
Okay, so Nethroi, Apex of Death, for 2 and a white, black, green. It's a 5/5 cat nightmare beast. It has mutate of 4 generic, a black-white hybrid, and
A
2
green-white
black.
hybrid.
What's that? Oh, it's a green-white hybrid. Thank you. I was sitting too far back. 4 generic, 1 green-white hybrid, and 2 black. So that's 7 mana. It's a 5/5 with Death Touch and Lifelink. Gotta love me some Vampire Nighthawk. And whenever this creature mutates, return any number of target creature cards with total power 10 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. No wonder the mutate cost is higher than the converted mana cost.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm having Hulk, Flash Hulk flashbacks. Oh, that's...
And
This is much more safe. Don't get me wrong, but...
the Godzilla version is Biolante or Biollante? It's got to be Biolante, right? Plant beast form.
Viviante.
Biollante! I kind of doubt that the Japanese creature is pronounced with a Spanish accent, but you never know. But yeah, Biolante, plant beast form. And is there more? There is not. Okay. Doesn't look like that Biollante gets a second version? That's kind of sad.
Yeah, there's a comic book art for all of them. Is it there? Well, no, I mean not for Viviante, but you're looking for another Godzilla.
No, I was looking for the comic book art, but yeah, this guy doesn't get one.
Nethroi has a comic book art.
And now I've lost his Godzilla art. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
It's got the...
Oh, there's Indicate again. Target permanent. Just in case you didn't see this before, this is funny. Now. Okay, what's left? Riel?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who are this? This feels like a Mike card?
It does, to an extent. Riel the Everwise. For 1, a blue and a red, it's a 0/3 human wizard. Riel gets +1/+0 for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards for the first time each turn, draw that many cards.
For the first time each turn.
Yes.
So if
Yeah.
someone says discard a card, and then later they go discard a card, you're only drawing 1 for the first one.
Right.
But if someone says discard 3 cards, then you're drawing 3.
Yes.
Or if you cycle something
Yes.
yourself. Okay. Like the fact that it says when you cycle a card, draw an extra card, that's pretty freaking sick.
It is.
Just ignoring everything else. That's pretty freaking sick. Huh. Okay. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, she has flavor text on her normal art. Being all-knowing is a matter of remembering which things it is crucial to forget. Ooh, that's good. Huh. Yeah, the card art is bigger, or the card text is bigger on the special version, so I had that on screen. Okay. Neat. More mythics, more mythics. Snapdax. That's a fun name. Are there two versions, Control F, of Snapdax? There are. So Snapdax has sick coming at you comic book art. Look at that. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty serious.
That's awesome. And also, Snapdax is King Caesar Awoken Titan. But for once, I'm actually going to focus on the other one, because that is amazing. Look at that.
I like the original art.
Oh yeah, let's look at that.
The regular art is just
Actually, yeah, the regular art is really freaking awesome, too.
yeah.
Kitty. All right, who's reading that?
All right, I will. No, I just read something.
Hey, Dirk.
Snapdax, Apex of the Hunt, for 1 red, white, black. It has mutate of 2, a black-red hybrid, and 2 white. It's a dinosaur cat nightmare. With it, that's a 3/5. Yeah. And it has double strike. Whenever this creature mutates, it deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls, and you gain 4 life.
Oh, wow. It specifies an opponent controls, so it doesn't say may, so you could miss it, and it doesn't force you to punch your own stuff. I like it.
That's really good. 4 damage somewhere and 4 life is a very strong effect.
Yeah. Like, kill a thing, gain 4 life, and have a double striking thing.
Yeah.
Whether you played him on something or you played something else on him. Like, damn.
The double strike that's brutal.
Oh, yeah. Now, remember, when you mutate something else, when you mutate this under something else, it keeps the other thing's stats, but it keeps the double strike and the mutate clause.
Right.
So if you put this on, I don't know, your Brokos, then you've got a 6/6 with double strike. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
We think we hear what you're saying.
Umpax in chat said they pretty much done away with stuff making you target your own stuff if opponent has no targets. Except I saw on Twitter earlier today a couple I think the Magic Pros were discussing something that doesn't specify enemy or opponent's control or something. And I think they were talking about Magic. I don't know what they were talking about, though. I just remember seeing that and going, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, he's right. All right, what do we have? Two more left, I think. 3.
2 or 3.
Yeah, I think there's 3.
Okay, how about Vadrock, Apex of Thunder? Surely Vadrock has 2. Okay, here's the comic book art. That's pretty cool. Not as cool as Snapdax, but still pretty cool. Vader. And then, oh, this is Rodan. Okay.
Run.
So, Vadrock, you know what? We're going to show Rodan. Vadrock, Titan of Winged Fury. No, wait. Rodan, Titan of Winged Fury, which is Vadrock, Apex of Thunder. For a blue, a red, and a white. Okay, I'm reading that right. It's an elemental dinosaur cat, and it mutates for 1 red, and a white-blue hybrid. It has flying and first strike. It's a 3/3. Whenever this creature mutates, you may cast target non-creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. What?
And it doesn't get exiled. It stays there.
Yeah.
It does.
That's cool.
That is cool. Elemental Dinosaur Cat. So I keep flipping back. I love Rodan. Rodan's awesome. And also, Vedrak is awesome. So I don't know which one I want to have on the screen, so I'm just bouncing back and forth.
Dude, you could cast Tybalt and he stays on the battlefield.
What? Yeah,
You could even cast a good Tybalt and he stays on the battlefield.
You could just free lightning bolt something from the graveyard and then do it again when you mutate something onto it. What? All right. Vedrak is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Okay, we have one left in multicolored Winota. Winota?
Winota, not Winona, but Winota.
Yeah,
Winota?
she's Stranger Things. This is Joiner of Forces. There's a difference.
Joiner of Forces. This is for 2 and a red and a white, so Boros. Human Warrior. It's a 4/4 for 4 mana. Okay. Whenever a non-human creature you control attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a human creature card from among them onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. It gains indestructible until end of turn. Put the rest of the cards on the bottom of your library in a random order. So Joiner of Forces, she's one of the bonder humans that like forms a bond with the monsters. And actually requires you to have a somewhat balanced deck because you can't have no humans, but you can't have just humans either. So interesting. And then you get that human, and the human's like and attacking.
And indestructible.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
Well,
yeah.
and she doesn't have to
it's also
attack.
so you don't like get something that you're like, oh great, I'm sending it in there to die. Wonderful.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, and she doesn't have to attack.
Yeah, she's not your typical Boros commander where she's like, when I attack, do a thing. No. Because she's human, so she doesn't even count. So just leave her in the back.
She's kind of that goblin commander. Everybody but me. Cool.
Yeah, she's pretty batter ass. I know words. You know talk good.
Well,
Pretty ass bad.
it's 10 o'clock, but there's still so much of this set that's left.
Yeah.
Still another mythic.
Yeah.
There's
At
still
least
another
one.
mythic.
I haven't looked
hybrid,
at I haven't looked at artifacts, but there's one in hybrid. The Fiend Artisan.
The Fiend Artisan. Haven't seen this one. What's it do?
I don't know. Okay, I'll read it. Fiend Artisan for 2 black-green hybrid. It's a nightmare. Which is weird in and of itself, that it's not like a something else nightmare cat, monkey, rhinoceros. It's just a nightmare. Like the state of the world right now. It's a 1/1. It's not legendary, but it is mythic. Fiend Artisan gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard. Okay. So that's a...
It's a Lurgoy.
Like that's not a static ability. It's not like it just...
It's not a characteristic defining ability.
That's the word. Yeah, it doesn't enter the battlefield with that many counters. So if you've got 3 creatures in your graveyard, it's a 3/3. And if you use its ability and sacrifice another creature, now it's a 4/4. Okay, so for X and a green-black hybrid and tap and sacrifice another creature. Okay. Search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost X or less. Put it onto the battlefield. Then shuffle your library. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. So, isn't there a green card that does this pretty much?
I'm sure there are.
Yeah. But you're paying X +1 and another creature to tutor out whatever creature you want and dropping it onto the battlefield.
Yeah. It's not like a birthing pod where you just keep chaining up for minimal mana investment. You actually have to pay the mana.
Right, right.
But the funny thing about this one is that each turn, if you get more mana, you could technically keep sacrificing the creature you just put out to put out a bigger creature. A one mana cost bigger creature.
I mean, you could, but I recommend like using token creatures or something instead.
I'm just saying. If you're desperate.
That's true. If you're desperate, you can go for it.
And it starts out as a 1/1.
Yeah.
Like this the Fiend Artisan.
Oh, and also I do know that the animation for this on Arena is creepy as hell.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can kind of see that.
Hey Stark, do you have that clip handy? In your clips? Because Stark, after the Hearthstone stream last night, we rated Nerd Meat, and he played it, and I was in a different screen, and I came back, and people were going, "Buh!" And I went, "What? Like, did you see that animation?" I'm like, "No, I didn't." Oh well, Stark can't dig it up for us right now. That's okay. I'll get him to do it later, and we'll send it to. Oh, never mind. He found it. Damn it, Stark. So there you go. Yeah, check. I'm gonna show this real quick. This is. No, don't open it here. Open it over here. So this is Nerd Meat stream, but hopefully he won't mind if I show him off. So watch this animation.
Wait, what? Oh, I.
No, wait, mute that. Look at this. It goes. And it just turns and looks at you. What is that? Okay, one more time. Hello. And it rips the head off of a doll. Oh my god, I didn't notice that the first time. Ah!
Whoa. I wasn't really, like, okay. I was like, oh, what's the big deal when you're like, okay, it looks at you. But
It turns and looks at you creepily and rips the head off of the doll it's holding.
yes, yeah. Okay.
I like it. All right, so that's a cool card. I like that card. And the fact that the creature you sacrifice has nothing to do with the creature you go get. It's just what you paid is what matters. I like that. Okay,
It is-
any mythics? There aren't any mythics in artifacts. Okay.
No.
We didn't talk about it, but there are 3-color mana crystals that cost 3, are uncommon artifacts. They tap for one of the wedge colors, and they cycle for 2. There's one of each of those for each thingy. Wedge.
There's also some common colorless creatures, like for real colorless, not artifacts.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
Colorless
that.
creatures. And I'm sure they're here and they're at common just to make it a little easier on your mana to play a 3-color deck in limited.
I think so, yeah. None of them are terribly fancy, but they're common creatures. What do you expect? Although the mysterious egg is the Japanese crap. What was this? Mothra's cocoon, I think. Or Mothra egg. Yeah. Whoops. So yeah. How about we stop there? We did all the big stuff. How about next week we actually come back to Ikoria and look at all the goofy stuff?
That sounds good.
Because there's a lot of goofy stuff. There's a straight up Sharknado in this set, y'all.
Yes, I saw that. I was just skimming through. And there's a couple sharks. But
Yeah.
with flying. So
yeah, next week we will come back to Ikoria and hit the weird stuff just so we can talk about it, cuz damn. Also, indicate. If you're not seeing this, by the way, if you're only listening to the audio version of this, you should totally check out the video version, just for Indicate. It's brilliant. All right. Well, then dorks. That's a good place to stop, right? We did all the companions, we did all the ultimatums, and we did all the mythics, and we did the lands. Yeah, it's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not our fault that they rushed through previous seasons, so we don't get a chance to actually look at everything. Yeah, there we go.
Strange times.
Exceedingly. So, how about some final thoughts then, my dorks?
So Dirk usually goes first, but I'm actually gonna head out because I'm tired, because I built with my own hands and my daughter's hands and my wife's hands. Yes, they still kept their hands. I didn't, remove them.
Lies. They were in the house. He was just using their hands to build stuff. It was creepy.
A garden. So we're taking this time, we're together, and we're getting some stuff done that we've been wanting to do for a while. So we now have an above ground garden. We got some tomatoes that made Chewy go ew. Not that he's had them, just tomatoes in general. And we've got some cucumbers, and we're gonna grow some dill and some bell peppers, I think, and one or two other things. Not like a whole bunch. This is a 4x8.
So wait,
foot garden.
If you're gonna grow dill, when you planted the dill, did you have to dig a dill hole? That was a stretch. I just really wanted to say dill hole. I'm sorry. I really do genuinely apologize for that.
So I'm just gonna leave that alone. I'm just gonna say I'm a little tired right now, but my family and I are safe and healthy, and I have the benefit of working in a job where it's essential. So hey, things are going okay for me, and I want to thank either last week or the week before. I invited people to join my knighthood on Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross, and it has grown exponentially. So I know at least a couple people. One person in particular said that he joined because he saw the message, and I appreciate that. And I don't know if anybody else had as well, but I appreciate people coming together and having a good time. So yeah. And with that, I'm gonna go pass out now. You guys have a great night and dream of Godzillas
Roar.
ripping the heads off of dolls.
Buh.
You're welcome.
Night, B. So, Dirk, how about you? Did we lose Dirk already?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm muted. I'm sorry.
Aha!
Oh well. Yeah, I'm kind of sad that Brian left because I picked up Final Fantasy VII last week, and it's really, really good. It's really, really good. I'm not going to go into spoilers or anything of that sort. My only thing is, having played the original game and everything, I'm the re-release, the remake, fleshes out a lot of characters. It's, instead of just being, here's this character, okay, moving on.
For instance,
It
Jesse
really
is
fleshes out
super.
and humanizes the characters and makes you go, that person is really cool. I would definitely hang out with them.
Yeah, for instance, Jesse is super thirsty for Cloud. Even I know that, and I haven't touched this game.
Well, it's not just Jesse, but there's it's the fact that having played the game, the original game, you're just going, you guys suck at Square Enix, because now that you've taken the time to go and make these characters, like actually fun and humanized and everything, going, I know what's going to happen to them.
Ah!
And screw you guys, because I know what's going to happen. I'm not up to that point yet. I'm up to Wall Garden right now.
Why do you make me care?
Because there's just parts where you work with them and you're doing all this, and then you turn the game off, and I'm going, I know what's going to happen to him, and then I get kind of teary-eyed a little bit, and I'm like, that sucks. I like that character. I want them in my party now. And so it's like I say, it's just one of those things where the game is really, really good. The whole Midgar section of the original game, I think, was all of like 4 hours. And this, I'm up to like 15 hours right now, and I'm only up to Wall Garden, which is it's not a huge part of the original game. It's just, here's this area, here you do something fun, like kind of silly and funny, and then moving on. And it's taken me a really long time to get up to this point. So, but yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying the game. I have to chase my wife off the PlayStation downstairs so that I can play my game, because I cannot play this game when my kids are awake, because everyone has sort of a potty mouth. Not like super potty mouth, but they definitely say words, and there's a lot of more mature rated things than what I want my kids to see. So yeah. But if you're looking for a recommendation, Dirk, the self-proclaimed greenest man alive, definitely gives 2 thumbs up to Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Word. In like 7 years, when it comes out on PC, I'll play it.
We'll see what happens by then. I have noticed that when I go onto the Steam store, there is a very large number of Final Fantasy games on the store at this point, which does make me happy, because those games needed to be on something other than just old dead systems that nobody plays anymore.
Yeah, I kind of wish there were better versions on Steam, because some of them are like, hey, this is one of those mobile versions, it's on Steam now, shut up and give us money. And I'm like,
Then there was one that I had heard that if they do Final Fantasy VII and it's super successful, if they do continue to go back and redo some of the older games and everything, they really need to redo 6.
I
Because
don't
Final
think
Fantasy
they're gonna.
6 was hands down my favorite.
I really doubt they're gonna make any more action RPGs based on old Final Fantasies.
I don't know.
Although Resident Evil has stopped in its tracks, so it can remake like everything starting from 2. So, have they announced the next one yet? Are they gonna remake? Surely
I
they
had
wouldn't remake.
seen something about them remaking 4, and I'm going,
What?
why?
Why?
4, I mean, literally 4 is really good the way it is, and when you make it HD and everything, it's essentially 2 and 3 in terms of its quality and graphics and everything.
Didn't 4 already get a remake with 3D sprites?
I mean, it always had 3D sprites, but it already got a remake with HD graphics.
Yeah. So there's
Wait, what am I
really no
thinking
reason to go back and do that other than
No,
to say,
we're on Resident Evil now, Mike.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Final Fantasy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we jump ship.
But yeah, there is literally no reason for them to go and redo Final Fantasy or doing Resident Evil 4, except to just say, we're redoing this to give us more money.
Yeah, but like they already did 2 and 3. You think they'd do like Code Veronica next, because people loved that game. The people who loved that game like really loved it, and then everyone else didn't play it because it was on freaking Dreamcast. So
Yeah. I played it when it came over to PlayStation.
it did hit PlayStation not long after that, didn't it? I just always think of it as a
Yeah.
Dreamcast game. Weird. But yeah. At some point, I really need to play through 4 on stream because it's one of my favorite games. It's also the only game I've ever bought on 2 different systems before I started streaming that I bought on 2 different systems and beat on 2 different systems. Because I'm dumb. Like, I know I have it on the Wii. I think I had it on the... I don't remember if I had the GameCube version. Did it come out on 360? I might have had that. I can't remember now. But I know I've played through it and beaten it on 2 different systems. And now I have it on PC with the intent of streaming it at some point. Because I love it. It's so gloriously, like, cheesy and wonderful and ridiculous. Hey, Dirk.
Yep.
What are you buying?
What you buying?
I had to go to the grocery store yesterday, and my masks hadn't come in yet, so I went T-shirt ninja and literally made a ninja mask out of a black T-shirt. It was a Swift shirt. And then put my hoodie on and threw the hood up. And I tweeted a picture of it, or maybe it was my unmasking video. I can't remember. And someone replied to it with, "What are you buying?" And I went, "Oh my god, I do look like the merchant." I'll buy it at a high price. I love that guy. Just whatever you do, don't shoot him, because he died. And then you can't buy from him. And that makes you sad.
Yeah, I did that by accident one time. I was like, I walked into a big room. I think I was in the castle somewhere. I walked into a big room and I saw someone off in the distance. I'm like, what is that? And I, pulled out the rifle and I looked through the scope and I was like, oh, it's the merchant. And then I accidentally shot at him and he dropped and I'm like, oh, crap. So I left
hey,
the
man,
room.
You okay?
Yeah. I left the room and I came back in and he was gone. And I'm like, oh.
Hey, dummy.
Yeah, I was very disappointed.
Here's another fun thing you can do in Resident Evil 4 with the merchant. Get out your sniper rifle and zoom in on his eyes. In later levels, his eyes will be glowing red because he's got the Las Plagas virus.
Mm-hmm.
But still don't shoot him, though, because you still can't buy from him if you shoot him, because he's dead. And unlike a normal game where you should be able to shoot the shopkeeper and then take all of his stuff, you can't, because that's a dick move, and Resident Evil 4 does not reward the dick move. Anyway, how did we get on Resident Evil?
We're talking video games.
Right.
But yeah, that's... So, between Final Fantasy VII Remake and Resident Evil and all that, that's essentially my thought. Like I said, I've bought it, started playing it, and now I'm really just... As soon as my kids go to bed, and I've woken up an hour or two before my kids normally get up to play Final Fantasy VII, so that as soon as they wake up, I can be like, all right, save, turn it off. Just so I can avoid them watching me play this game.
And Dirk is, chronically sleep deprived, so that's telling you something.
That's telling you something. I always apologize for the amount of yawning and everything I do during the show, because I know you guys can probably hear it. And it's not that I'm bored with the content and everything, it's just I don't get as much sleep as I probably should.
I mean, neither does Mike.
No, I do not.
And I certainly don't, but I do it to myself. Anyway.
And with
Word.
that, I'm going to head off to bed, since it's late enough now that I can go to bed.
All right. Well, you have a good night, sir.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Well, how about you there, Beard? Umpek said, but he's actually going to play some FF7. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. I do solemnly promise not to just go and play more Hearthstone after we get off the podcast, because I stayed up too late doing that last night and played a bunch of stupid games and, quit the game mad. So, no. Um,
Err.
yeah. Talking earlier when we were first starting the call, Dirk was late because he had forgotten what day it was. I've been getting a little bit of that. Like, thankfully, I've had due dates at work to keep me on track. But sometimes it's like, I know there's stuff due Thursday and Friday. And sometimes on a Tuesday, it's like, it's just Tuesday. It's fine. I got plenty of time. But then, like, just one day later on Wednesday, it's like, oh my God, it's Wednesday. What the hell? How am I going to finish all this stuff?
That is how that works, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Both in chronological order of days and in that reaction. Yeah, that is exactly how that works.
Yeah, and unfortunately, with working at home, there's a lot of work time starts to bleed into what was usually personal time. So days end up being long. But I've been more disciplined about that lately. I will continue to be so. But yeah, I have been playing some games. I've been playing Hearthstone, and I actually started playing Kingdom of Loathing again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, after years and years. I decided to check out one of their challenge ascension paths. They have these neat themed ways to play the game in a different way. So I'm doing one right now where you're basically Mario, and instead of the normal set of attacks and skills that you can use, you have like jump attacks, hammer attacks, and fire flower attacks, and some of the and all the boss monsters are themed as Mario enemies, and it's pretty neat. There's other variations to the rules that makes things interesting. But yeah, I really didn't think I'd ever sit down and start playing that game again. But I can't remember what got me wondering about it or interested in checking it out. I think it's just because I'm spending so much more, all this time around the apartment, and there was one day where I was just sitting here thinking about things. So I was a little bored. But yeah, so I'm not in a clan. I'm not part of any organization in the game. I guess I am part of a clan. I'm still part of a clan that I joined with my brother and some friends and acquaintances of mine back in the day, but none of them have played in years either. So like I'm the only member left.
Yeah. Because Kingdom of Loathing is old as balls.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Yep, that's it really.
Let's see. While we're on video games, have I been playing anything? I played Hearthstone last night. I finally made it to Diamond. Finally.
Oh, cool.
I did not have a good night. I had a couple of really sweet games. Well, a few really sweet games, but like I looked at my record in the deck tracker. I was 9-10 last night. I'm like, no wonder it took me so long to get to Diamond. I was at Platinum, I think 3 when I started. It took me 3 hours to get, because I would win one and lose one, and win one and lose one, and win one and lose one, and win one and win one and lose one and lose one. And I'm like,
yeah. And it's really hard when you're right at the board. It's really hard when you keep flipping back and forth between 2 levels, because when you drop a level, you drop to 2 stars at the lower level.
Yeah.
Instead of 3. So it's like losing 2 games.
Luckily, I still had a 2-star bonus, so
that helps.
Like it was literally just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth,
mm-hmm.
And it was highly obnoxious. But I did finally manage to get there with playing a few decks that were neat. So yeah, but other than that, like I still have to finish Halo Wars here on stream and then into YouTube videos as I've been editing later missions of that into YouTube videos the last few days. I'm like, man, I really want to go finish this. And what else? I'm still working on Maze, turning that into videos. there was so much Hearthstone stuff that was time sensitive that I just sort of stopped posting everything else. Because we had set reviews, and then we had like the last couple games from the previous season before rotation, and I wanted to get that out. And then there was the Demon Hunter thing, and then there's a nerf report for the changes for the before the new season started. And there was this other thing, and I'm going, oh my god, I'm never getting through with this. So yeah, like it took me, I think it was like a week and a half later to get the 3 funny games from day one that I had. Because I had so much other crap piled up in front of it. But that's okay. So I got Halo Wars and Maze coming. I still love that stupid game. Maze it's so stupid, but I love it. And Halo Wars is coming, and I've been playing Skyrim on stream a lot because I have so much crap sitting on my hard drive that needs to be turned into YouTube videos that I don't want to play something else that I have to record. So playing Skyrim. And I'm a werewolf in Skyrim now. So not only am I a kitty man, but I'm a werewolf kitty man. And I became a werewolf because I installed a new mod that modded how the werewolf thing worked. And made it less, it was kind of gimpy in the normal game. And it sort of buffed up just how the perks work and how your strength works and stuff like that. And y'all, I one-shotted a giant as a werewolf. I was like, look, a giant, I wonder if we can take it. Whap! And it died. And I went, huh?
Wow.
Maybe I'm too strong. But it is entirely too much fun to turn into a werewolf and clean out an army of essentially werewolf racists. The Silver Hand, they're like the KKK against werewolves in Skyrim. And so anytime I'm going up against the Silver Hand, I make sure to turn into a werewolf and then whap them all down, and it's great. Yay. They're like, we don't like your kind around here, boy. And then I rip their throat out, and it feels good. Oh, it feels good. It's very poetic. Anyway. So yeah. But stuff, I've got all kinds of stuff that I've been wanting to play lately. I just can never remember what it is when I'm freaking streaming. Hang on, I could pull up the library because I didn't close Steam. I really want to run through Bloodstained Curse of the Moon again. I have this insane urge to play something Metroidvania, and I think it's going to be Guacamelee, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gonna do that sometime soon. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. I really need to turn my previous run into like a YouTube highlights video, where just to show off how it's slightly different, I guess, here and there, and me getting frustrated in a couple spots. But you can do it again using just the first character, Zangetsu, and instead of having the other party members join you, you just murder them and gain a power from them. And there's a whole run you can do that way. And I didn't know that until after I beat it the second time. And I went, wait, that's a thing? What? Stark said, and then I ripped their throat out. Quarantine's been treating Chewie well, I see. Yup. Also, in order to gain extra perks as a werewolf, you have to feed on dead bodies. So you whap someone down, and then you eat them. And the whole time you're doing this, there's other people standing there, like, hitting you with swords. And you're like, I'm eating? Do you mind? And then you get up, and you whap them, and then you eat them. And occasionally, you'll, like, pick them up. I picked one guy up by the head. Like, because every once in a while, you get, like, you get, like, sort of cutscene type things, like death moves. And I picked this one up by the head and squeezed until his head popped off. And I went, ah, that was awesome! So... Yay. So yes, come hang out on a Skyrim stream because they're way too much fun. Also, I installed... Mike, dude.
Yes.
I installed the the super safe Dwarven Rocket Boots mod for comedy.
I saw a clip of that.
Where you equip your Dwarven Rocket Boots. They're super safe, by the way. And then you go to your powers, and you turn on the blast off power, and then you pick a point. You have to pick a point, and you hit the power button, and you launch, and that your body goes a ragdoll, and you launch in that direction with a and it just keeps firing. And then you zoom past it, and it turns you around, and you're still and eventually, like, you hit a tree, and your head falls off or something. Except your head doesn't fall off. You're perfectly safe from fall damage and all damage of any sort while you're rocket boosting. And then eventually, once the firing stops, and you hit a spot where you can, chill for a second, it'll trigger that you can do your standing up animation, and now you're you're vulnerable to damage again. And it is hilarious. It's hilarious. I would show the clip, but I think I might have been swearing in it, so I'll do that after the podcast is over. But anyway, so yeah, if you want to come hang out, I stream all the time. I usually take Tuesday nights off, and usually take Friday nights off, but here lately I've been doing some Friday night streams after I get done door dashing, just because I don't have freaking anything else to do. Let's be honest. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. But as a matter of fact, I might do more Skyrim tomorrow night after I get done door dashing. I'm not gonna lie, because just reminding myself of the super safe. They're super safe, by the way, Dwarven Rocket Boots. And sometimes they cause a crash to desktop because I think you actually go so far in one direction that the game hasn't loaded yet. I think that's my theory anyway. Because for a long time that didn't happen, and then I was on top of a building and I picked a point way over there, and I hit the go button, and next thing I know, I'm looking at my desktop, and I was like, "What?" And that's the best kind of crash to desktop you can have. Anyway, but yeah, so stream just all the time. So come hang out. Oh, there's Sark dropped the clip in the Twitch chat for everybody. Is there any swearing in that, Stark? I don't remember. But yeah, so as always, Maniple Productions is a Patreon supported endeavor. Let's not forget that whole thing. If you go to patreon.com/themanipool, then you can sign up to become a lifeguard, and you can get videos and podcasts early. You can get odds and ends, which I really need to get back on those. And the quarantine life has been really weird, and I don't know why. For me personally, because nothing changed for me other than wearing gloves and a mask and having to disinfect. Dude, I hate having to do the disinfection routine whenever I come back in from door dashing or from going anywhere. Because it doesn't matter, and these are all things that have happened, it doesn't matter how bad I have to pee. And there was once that by the time I was done with my routine, I was jumping up and down to keep from peeing. It doesn't matter how hungry I am. There's once where I thought I was going to pass out, but I had to disinfect my phone and everything, first. And it doesn't matter if I have something in my freaking eye. Mm-hmm. So I was disinfecting everything with one eye because the other one was closed, trying to make it tear up so that whatever was in there would wash out. But I've got to disinfect everything that I touched, my phone, my keys, my wallet, and then the doorknob and all of that. And I have to take the gloves off, and I have to wash my hands and all that stuff before I can do any of those things like eat or pee or rub my eye. Man, the rubbing my eye one, that was a victory right there when I finally got done. That felt good. Because that had something in my eye, to the point where I sort of just had to keep one closed for 15 minutes by the time I was able to get it out. Mm-hmm. I'm lucky there was no damage. I think it was just an eyelash, because sometimes my eyelashes are dicks. But, but anyway, I don't know why I got off on that, but I did. So also you can get the sponsorship shout out on the podcast and on the end screen for all the YouTube videos, which is really what I was going for there. So I would like to thank our mythic lifeguards. They haven't loaded yet. Jason Doan, Kim Ho, Andrew Hunt, Al, Lance Delicious, Team You Hellas Are You, Connor Kennedy, John Morris, Alex Gonzalez, Scuzzo, Jeff Spencer. Hey, Jeff Spencer, tell your son it'll be alright. Stuart Slaw, PJ McMullen, Casey, Danny Liao, Cody Buckawing, Jake Jansons, Jason Kaus, John Parker, Aleph Cat, some guy with a beard. I don't know. He just keeps hanging around. Bartle, Backwards Logic, ALK Alters, and the Beast Father, Aaron Goodwine. Yay. Thank you all so very much. And to all of our lifeguards at every tier for allowing me to keep doing this. And keep churning out this frankly ridiculous amount of free content for all of you to enjoy. And I hope you do enjoy. Oh, and the hiccups are bad tonight. I apologize. And with that, we're going to finally be done with the Mana Pool number 588. Thank you all so very much for joining us. Let us know how you like Ikoria on Arena. And, yeah, go play some Magic.